Have you ever wondered why organic composting holds such importance in gardening? It's not just a question of aesthetics or convenience. Organic composting is a fundamental part of creating a thriving, sustainable garden. It's a process that's as old as nature itself, and yet it's something that we as gardeners can actively participate in to make our little corner of the world that much healthier. So, why does it matter? Well, there are several reasons. Firstly, organic composting improves soil fertility. When you compost, you're essentially creating a nutrient-rich soil amendment. It's like a multivitamin for your garden, providing essential nutrients that plants need to grow strong and healthy. And unlike synthetic fertilizers, these nutrients are released slowly over time, giving your plants a steady supply of nourishment. Secondly, composting reduces waste. Think about it. All those kitchen scraps, fallen leaves, and grass clippings that would otherwise end up in a landfill can be transformed into something beneficial. Composting is a perfect example of the circular economy at work. Nothing goes to waste, and everything has a purpose. But perhaps the most profound reason why organic composting matters is its contribution to a sustainable ecosystem. Composting helps to replenish the soil, promoting a diverse and balanced microbial community that's essential for healthy soil. This, in turn, supports the larger ecosystem, from the worms and insects in the soil to the birds and mammals that feed on them. In essence, organic composting is a simple act with far-reaching implications. It's a way of giving back to the earth, of nurturing the soil that, in turn, nurtures us. It's a way of reducing our environmental footprint and contributing to a healthier, more sustainable world. So, organic composting isn't just about creating better soil for your plants. It's about playing your part in a larger, global effort to preserve our planet's health and vitality. Now that we understand why organic composting is vital, let's delve into how we can make different types of compost. Starting with leaf mold compost, a simple yet effective composting method. This natural process transforms fallen leaves into a nutrient-rich soil conditioner, perfect for your gardening needs. But how do we make it? Firstly, gather your leaves. Autumn is the perfect season for this, as the ground is usually littered with fallen leaves. Be sure to use leaves that are already on the ground, as these are ready to decompose. Avoid using leaves still on trees, as they are not yet ripe for decomposition. Now that you have your leaves, the next step is to create a compost pile. Choose a shaded spot in your garden and start piling your leaves. The size of your pile will depend on the amount of leaves you have, but a pile about 3 feet high and 3 feet wide is a good starting point. To speed up the decomposition process, you can shred the leaves before piling them. This increases the surface area for microbes to work on. The decomposition process requires moisture, so if your climate is dry, you might need to water your pile occasionally. However, avoid overwatering, as this can lead to a soggy pile that doesn't decompose properly. Now you wait. The decomposition process takes time. Over the course of a year or two, the leaves will break down into a crumbly, dark material that's full of nutrients. This is your leaf mold compost. Use this compost to enrich your garden soil. It improves soil structure, increases water retention, and provides a steady release of nutrients to your plants. And remember, leaf mold compost is organic, sustainable, and practically free. It reduces waste and helps you create a healthier, more productive garden. Leaf mold compost is a great starter, but there are other types of compost that can be even more beneficial. Let's explore them. Next on our list is cow dung compost, a rich source of nutrients for plants. This organic fertilizer is a powerhouse for your garden, packed with beneficial microorganisms that help boost plant growth and improve soil health. Creating cow dung compost is an easy and cost-effective process. The first step is to ensure that you're using dried cow dung. Fresh dung can be too hot, in the horticultural sense, and burn plants due to the high concentration of ammonia. Dried dung, on the other hand, has had time to cool down and is safe to use in your garden. Now you might be wondering, what's the right ratio of cow dung to other materials? For a balanced compost, you want to aim for a ratio of about 3 parts brown material, such as dried leaves or straw, to 1 part cow dung. This mix provides the perfect balance of carbon from the brown materials and nitrogen from the dung, the 2 key ingredients for successful composting. The process of turning this mix into compost is known as curing. It's a bit like baking a cake. You need the right ingredients, mixed in the right proportions, and then you let nature do the rest. Just pile up your mix, keep it moist, and turn it every few weeks to help speed up the decomposition process. After about 3 to 6 months, your cow dung compost should be ready to use. But don't worry if you see some undecomposed bits in your compost. This is normal and won't harm your plants. In fact, these bits will continue to break down in the soil, providing a slow-release source of nutrients to your plants. So there you have it, the process of creating your very own cow dung compost. It's a simple and effective way to enrich your garden soil and promote healthy plant growth. Remember, the key to good compost is balance, so don't be afraid to experiment with different ratios until you find the one that works best for your garden. Cow dung compost, while potent, isn't the only nutrient-rich compost out there. Ready to learn about another type? Scene script. Ever heard of neem cake? It's a powerful organic compost that can do wonders for your garden. Let's dive into the process of making neem cake compost. It all begins with the neem tree, a tree native to India. Known for its medicinal and agricultural benefits, the seeds of this tree are cold-pressed to extract neem oil used in various cosmetics and health products. What's left after the oil extraction is a pulverized residue, which we lovingly call neem cake. Now, why should you consider adding neem cake to your garden? For starters, it's an excellent source of nutrients for your plants. Rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, it provides a balanced diet to help your garden thrive. But that's not all. Neem cake is also a fantastic soil conditioner. It improves the water-holding capacity of the soil, making it more resilient against drought and heat. Over time, it can significantly enhance the structure and fertility of your soil, turning it into a haven for your plants. Perhaps one of the most remarkable benefits of neem cake is its pest-repelling properties. It acts as a natural pesticide, warding off a range of harmful insects, nematodes, and fungi without harming beneficial soil organisms. So, not only does it nourish your plants, but it also protects them from potential threats. It's like a 2-in-1 deal for your garden. To incorporate neem cake into your soil, simply sprinkle it around your plants or mix it into the top layer of soil. You can also add it to your compost pile to enhance its nutrient content. Remember, a little goes a long way, so you don't need a lot to reap its benefits. Neem cake compost is a great addition to any garden, but we have one more compost type you won't want to miss. Last but not least, let's talk about Vermic Compost, a type of compost created by worms. Vermic Compost, also known as worm castings, is the epitome of recycling. It's a process that turns kitchen scraps and other organic waste into a nutrient-rich soil conditioner, all with the help of our tiny wriggly friends. So how does one make vermicompost? Well, it all starts with a worm bin or a worm farm. These are specifically designed containers that provide an ideal environment for worms to thrive and work their magic. You fill these bins with organic waste, such as vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and even shredded paper. The worms, typically red wigglers, then get to work. These little creatures are nature's best decomposers. They eat their way through the organic waste, breaking it down into smaller pieces. As they digest their meals, they produce what is known as worm castings or worm manure. This is the actual vermicompost, and it's a garden goldmine. Why? Because vermicompost is packed with nutrients essential for plant growth. It enriches the soil by improving its structure, enhancing its ability to retain water, and increasing its fertility. It's also teeming with beneficial microorganisms that help fight off plant diseases. Moreover, vermicompost acts as a slow-release fertilizer, providing plants with a steady supply of nutrients over time. This means your plants don't just get a quick boost, they get long-term nourishment. And because it's all natural, there's no risk of chemical buildup that can harm your plants or the environment. Vermicomposting is a fantastic way to reduce your kitchen waste, contribute to a healthier environment, and most importantly, create a high-quality soil conditioner for your garden. It's a win-win for everyone, you, your garden, and our planet. With these composting methods in your gardening toolbox, you're well on your way to creating a healthier, more sustainable garden. Happy composting!